Fire, really popular tune, came out in 1963. Well, Johnny Cash's version came out in 1963, and written, well, supposedly by June Carter and given away to her sister to record first, but a little bit of controversy as to who really wrote the song, and but we don't go into that for right now. But the song has some really cool things in it, and I have a lesson together for this at Totally Guitars. It's part of the Target program there. And we take a look at it a few different ways, because on one hand, it's really simple. 3 chords in the key of G. Johnny usually does a capo to the 1st fret, putting it really in A flat, but in the lesson we talk about it in G. And chords 1, 4, and 5, G, C, and D, but D7 coming in as the dominant chord as well in a lot of spots. Now, the original version that June's sister did not have this kind of oddball phrasing that Johnny incorporated when he brought in the mariachi band and had them play this horn part that was similar to what I just played there a second ago. So in the lesson we talk about the odd phrasing that happens and how you really have to pay attention to the numbers of measures, or the numbers of half notes that happen. Sometimes they're in groups of 3, sometimes in groups of 2. And a great example of how somebody had trouble doing this is you could check the video of Johnny and Willie Nelson playing it, and Willie has a hard time following getting the chord changes in the right places. They just didn't rehearse it probably very much, if at all. He sang great when he came in with harmony in the chorus, but that's not the point of my lesson. My lesson is really to help explain this somewhat simple song, but that it has all kinds of complex phrasings in it, or unusual phrasings. And we do talk first about just a Campfire version, playing it with just G, C, and D, and not worrying about the extra phrasing of the horns. But what really happens is there's usually a 4-beat phrase that would be 3 beats of G and 1 beat of C, and then a 3-beat horn fill before another 4-beat little just guitar fill without the phrases in there. So that's what happens. They sing a line, "Love is a burning flame." So the "Love is a burning thing" line is followed by this horn part. So what I have people do to start working on this lesson is first get a very solid strum down on a G chord. And you really want to do this with your fingers, hitting the bass notes with your thumb, the 6th string, and then strumming the middle strings, the 2nd and 3rd strings, with your fingers, down with your middle fingers and up with your index finger. So you got to get used to using different fingers, and that's what's really going to happen in this. So this strum, a very typical country strum, is bass, down, up, and then a 2nd bass note followed by up, down, up. And then sometimes when you have a chord change for just 1 half note beat, you would just, like you go to C here, with just a bass and a down. Now if you play the song faster, you would have even less ups in there and keeping it more to the downs. So anyhow, the lesson on this got much more complicated than I intended when I started recording it a while ago. And but would encourage you to check it out if you'd like to get the Campfire version, the simple version of Ring of Fire, or the more elaborate version that incorporates the horn parts and as part of the accompaniment. Again, it's up as part of the Target program at Totally Guitars. There are also a lot of free lessons, and some go into this type of strumming very in great detail. So the free lessons are also up here at YouTube at our TG Free Lessons channel, but Ring of Fire is part of the Target program, and I hope you can come visit us soon.